Hello, you're through to Everyday Superpower, the place where you learn about body language, human dynamics, relationships, game, and everything in between. Okie dokie, right? 2 links down in the description of this video. One will lead you to a playlist on YouTube. It's my catalogue of body language. It's where you can learn how to read people just by observing their unconscious behavior. Second to that is a link to the Patreon, where you will join me in watching real life dates in real time, and we'll assess their non-verbal communication, and I'll give you the game of how to understand repulsion and attraction cues in real time. Right now, let's move on. I might go on a bit of a tangent with this one, but hopefully it's a little bit of food for thought. So I've made a note in regards to talking about social media following mattering to the majority, right? Now, this sounds crazy, and I'm actually, before you get bored and think, oh, I don't want to bother listening to this, I'm actually going to start talking about perception as well, the people's perception of you and how it aids you in attraction and aids you in, garnering momentum as far as attraction and popularity and fame and whatever in between you are interested in. Now, I've worked in marketing for some time, through a myriad of different means, so I can understand how easily these numerics can be fluffed through each and every single mean, right? They can be false, they could be empty numbers, they could be completely ghost numbers through any single means. But even the smartest people out there, the majority of them aren't versed on identifying the numbers. Most of them aren't necessarily free thinkers in the form of, critical thinking, conspiracy theorists and so forth, who might have a little more so of a depth of esoteric understanding that not everything is how you see it, and that you need to question and recognize patterns that you come across in your day-to-day that actually disassociate from the reality society deems. Sorry, I had the knock in there. I lost my train of thought. Somebody was knocking. But let's get into it. So, engaging with people. We talk about Instagram. Oh, so-and-so's got thousands of followers. And you will come across this in your own life. You'll view the followers. And let's talk about men, alright? Because beautiful women get followers without doing much for obvious reasons. But men might get thousands of followers, and you'll look at their profile and you'll wonder why. And you'll try to work out why they've done so. And you won't understand it, right? Now, through my understanding, I know that people can buy followers, no problem at all. And I also know that people can manipulate follower accounts through a myriad of different means, alright? Like I said, I've been involved in and invested in social media marketing for some time. Affiliate marketing and selling products on behalf of others was my game for a minute. So I understand this to a T, right? Outside and about, I can talk about it. But as far as social media marketing is concerned, I know the game inside and out on particular platforms at the very least. So this following count is going to aid you in attracting women, okay? Down to the ratio. And I know it sounds incredibly basic, well, it's silly, but I can understand how someone following 5,000 people and getting 20 followers is going to be less attractive than the man who's not following many people and has got thousands of followers. It's completely understandable and basic, right? But your general society and normal people, and I've spoken with people who got money, people who are deemed successful in their walks of life, and they're still impressed by the perception of being popular in the online space, because what you give them at face value, people don't tend to question, because we can't go around questioning everything we see before us. We need to work on autopilot from time to time, and if it's not necessarily our forte to question these things because we have a deeper understanding, we take it as a granted, and it is what it is. And when I speak on, oh, of course, a beautiful woman doesn't need to do much, doesn't need to have, a job or a talent, and can garner thousands of followers, who am I to even say that? I'm saying that without even checking the actual foundation, aligning the numbers from the like count in relation to the followers, the engagement rates, so to speak. So I'm just taking that as a given because I just assume that a beautiful woman should. Now, have you seen this crossover? A beautiful woman should, okay? A popular man should, and a popular man should get women's attention. Because if you're getting attention from men and leading men, you should be getting attention from women because you are deemed an alpha male. Have you seen this crossover of how powerful this baseline perception is? Now, you need to understand that if you're too overt with the nonsense and generating crazy numbers in an aesthetic sense as opposed to rooted in reality, it will be unrealistic and you will be looked at as a fraud and worse than if you didn't, right? But if you stay within the parameters of what is realistic and what is not, and if you have something to give, well, why has he got all them followers? Oh, he's got all them followers because he's talented at this, or because he pursues this, or because he's got a big mouth, or because he's got a character, or because of this, that, and the third, right? And it is realistic to some extent. Then you will garner momentum and create a real following through that perception. You will attract real people through that perception. Now, like I said, I'm not going to talk about social media all across the board throughout this video. I'm going to now align it with your generalized perception. I hate designer clothes. What's the point? Why am I going to wear another man's name on my chest and pay 200 extra pounds for the benefit of that? It's ridiculous, right? But your generalized society is going to look at you as a somebody purely due to their associations with that brand, in contrast to if you didn't. So you've now worn a shirt that says Gucci on it, and your friend has printed that at their printing press. It's fake. You paid your friend £5 to print this with their t-shirt printing equipment, and you now have the word Gucci on your chest, and now people are going to look at you in a different manner, like you are as somebody, giving it aligns and it's, congruent with the rest of your outfit and how you are, sort of expressing yourself and the environment you are within. People are going to look at you in a completely different manner. How ridiculous is that? But welcome to the real world. Welcome to the real world. Such as the person who doesn't understand social media marketing might not be able to perceive false numbers. The person who does not excel in understanding of designer clothing, i.e. the general amount of people in the world, is not going to be able to work out the fact you're wearing a fake item of clothing. And if somebody did, it doesn't matter, does it? You continue walking around the world with your fake Gucci shirt on, and the majority of people are going to perceive you as somebody who is willing to have £200 spent on a t-shirt, £300, £400, £500, £600, £700. Okay? And what does that amount to? It amounts to you having resources. Is it honourable? No, I think as a man you shouldn't lie. But I'm getting across the point that people don't look deeper than what they see with their two eyes the majority of the time. And you can generate a following, you can generate attraction, you can manifest the results you want in your life by faking it until you make it. Would I recommend it? Not necessarily. I don't think anyone should fake anything. But you can highlight your wardrobe to accent more mature qualities, better breeding qualities. I can have a t-shirt and jeans, or I can take less money and buy a suit and brandish that in my day-to-day. Now I'm a someone, I paid less than I paid for the first-hand Levi's jeans and, Gucci t-shirt, the real Gucci t-shirt. I paid less for a smart three-piece suit. And shoes. But I'm not perceived as a man, I'm perceived as mature, I'm perceived as successful, I'm perceived as the business, I'm perceived as a good father, I'm perceived as authoritative, I'm perceived as dominant purely because of what I chose to wear. People look at me differently. Yes? Makes sense? Makes sense, right? Let's talk about my channel, yeah? I could implement this. I'm speaking to you through a microphone on my laptop. I would have better clarity, tone, and communication with you. Which is ironic given this is a channel based on communication, but I want to give you the game. If I had invested in a good quality microphone to speak to you with, unconsciously, a lot of people will perceive my information as of better quality and standard purely down to the fact that they associate better quality audio, crisper quality audio with better quality product and standards. You can apply this across the board wherever you need to be. Understand that people don't go around questioning the hundreds of thousands of different messages and signals they receive through all of their senses every single second of their life. And if you want to attract more people, and the people you want to attract, you need to allow yourself to be perceived as the person, as the individual, as the business, as the entity. Alright? I was looking for lawyers not so long back. Bruh, all of the lawyer firms, their reviews are fake nonsense. Because people want a 5-star lawyer, they don't want a 2-star lawyer. People don't want to read bad reviews as far as law is concerned. If this channel had 20,000 followers, I would be perceived as more trustworthy, and my message would be perceived as better than where it is now. And 2 million followers, even more so. Now look at the channels you like. Now imagine if some of them views were bought. Imagine if they were getting less views. Imagine if they had less subscribers. Would that message still be as powerful? Would their media still be as entertaining? Would you still believe in them as much as you do now? That's some food for thought. Take a moment to do what other people don't and consciously question what you see before you. Wonder, is this real? And if it wasn't, what would I think of it? Click like and subscribe. I'm out.